Welcome to the Mindfulness Meditation Podcast presented by the Rubin Museum of Himalayan Art, a global museum dedicated to bringing greater awareness and understanding of Himalayan art to people around the world. I'm your host, Tashi Chodron. Every Thursday, we offer a meditation session at New York Inside Meditation Center that draws inspiration from an artwork from the Rubin's collection and is led by a prominent meditation teacher. This podcast is a recording of our weekly in-person practice. The description of each episode includes information about the theme for that week's session and an image of the related artwork. Our Mindfulness Meditation Podcast is presented in partnership with Sharon Salzberg and teachers from the New York Inside Meditation Center, the Interdependence Project, and Parabola Magazine, and supported by the Frederick P. Lenz Foundation for American Buddhism. And now, please enjoy your practice. Good afternoon, everyone, and Tashi Dele. Welcome to the Rubin Museum of Himalayan Art's Mindfulness Meditation program here at this beautiful space at New York Inside Meditation Center. I'm Tashi Chodron, Himalayan Programs and Communities Ambassador. I'm delighted to be your host today. So the Rubin is a global museum dedicated to presenting Himalayan art and its insights. And we're so glad to have all of you join us for this weekly program where we combine art and meditation. Inspired by our collection, we will first take a deep look at the work of art we've chosen today. And I will then give a brief talk, after which I will guide 15 to 20 minutes of guided meditation and an instruction. Let's take a look at today's theme and artwork. The artwork for today's session is this beautiful tanka of Sherab Chamma, the loving mother of wisdom. Sherab in Tibetan word is wisdom, and Chamma is the loving mother. This is origin from Tibet, dated 19th century, mineral pigment on cloth. And this is about 43.5 into 30 inches. And it's a beautiful scroll painting called tanka in Tibetan word. The connection to the theme of serenity and Sherab Chamma, the loving mother of wisdom, embodies serenity through her nurturing presence and boundless compassion. As the source of all born deities and enlightened ones, she reflects a wisdom that is calm, expansive, deeply maternal. So now, if you're wondering, there is 4 main schools in Tibetan Buddhism. And of course, Burn is pre-Buddhist time. And so Sherab Chamma is the mother of all enlightened one from the Burn tradition. You can see her in serenity is not just passive, but an active force of care that gently holds and guides beings towards awakening. So in this painting, Sherab Chamma sits at the center in this peaceful meditation, radiating a presence that is both majestic and tender. You see her in the center of this painting, sitting on a lotus throne. So our lotus throne symbolizes purity, awakening, and she holds in her right hand a vase filled with nectar, which also she is believed to be the deity of longevity, giving long life. And then in her left hand, she's holding a mirror. So they both symbolize healing and nourishment, while the earthy pigments ground the viewers in a sense of calm and uplift. And of course, you can see in the surrounding above her, there are god and goddesses making offerings. And in the center on top is the red Garuda and the lineage of different deities from Burn teachers above as well. Okay, let's bring on the teacher for today. And guess what? I will be leading the session today. And just to share a bit about myself for those of you who are new and others who might know me from the past meditation programs that I've taught and other Himalayan programs that I've held. I'm a lifelong student of the Vajrayana Buddhist tradition and among the first women of my generation in exile to receive the complete teachings of this path directly from His Holiness Duwan Pema Nobu Rinpoche, one of the greatest masters of the 20th century. As the Himalayan Programs and Communities Ambassador at the Rubin Museum of Art, I've had the privilege of leading mindfulness meditation classes called Awakening Practice in the Tibetan Buddhist Shrine Room. And I see some of you nodding head who've been attending it on a regular basis and also sharing the richness of Himalayan art and culture through gallery teachings and community programs. I've also guided meditation sessions in partnership with Kripalu in Berkshires, a New York Yoga and Life magazine partnership, at Tibet House, at Asia Society, and different museum institution. And my latest hat I've been wearing on top of Rubin's is teaching mindfulness at FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology. And I've been on the board with UN Women USA New York chapter. So it's my great pleasure to be here to lead today's session. And thank you all for joining. So thank you so much for being here. And I'm very, very humbled to be here. Again, there is no, this direction or that direction for us. We are all in the same direction or everywhere in that matter. What I often, as I have led many mindfulness meditation called morning mindfulness awakening practice in the Tibetan Buddhist Shrine Room during the Rubin's physical space, I always like to start with the 8 noble auspicious prayer, that is to invoke the basic goodness that is within each of us, that is exemplified by all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And also very important to understand that every being is looking for happiness and not wanting suffering. So with that understanding, I like to start with the intention, where you come here with the intention of dedicating and sharing these whatever positive energy that you may feel for all beings' benefit. So with that kind of pure motivation and intention, I will start the 8 noble auspicious prayer to bring forth blessings and positivity. Om Namsi Namda Ranshin Hindu Betashi Chojushin Ajubai Sanji Chotan Gendin Pape Zakuna Chata Dachata Shisho Tembeje Bozatin Tondo Gunjambe Jambe Geda Petamba Konlange Paja Cheta Pajin Lumbo de Bazera Beldani Semjen Tamjin Lagunta Pepe Timze Batero Tapa de Sentam Tepetaji Pepewa Dewar Shepa Jela Chan Salo Jamba Junu Baldendo Jendishin Renziwan Gumbo Jambe Pesai Nimbo Tipa Nambaze Namki Nimbo Pacho Kunduza Upa Doje Kalushinta Nobunda Waradi Nimai Chansal Lenam Tashi Belchi Joshanchu Sembajela Chansalo Rinchen Duncho Tashi Sitting Yandu Jumbunza Yon Kamala Yenda Donda Pinso Palpeo Minu Jansa Wanju Kolo de Rinchen Tacho Jichi Chasa Chen Chodu Jawa Chuji Sheche Magesungo Tempe Palpeo Tashi Lamo Jela Chansalo Samba Chimbo de Junseme Bomindon Den Danjabo Yugos Pache Potan Luan Mimizanam to set the Lanze Kolo Tang Tishu La Dang Dun Doji Jempe Wan Radi Choten Jatan Sasum Sum Gileta Shipe Jiten Chongwa Jela Cha Zalo Dacha Tender Chawa Zombala Gedan Yo Chowa Kunjine the Popin something Asian to Tashi Bele Pisum Sopara Show Dacha Tender Chawa Zombala Gedan Yo Chowa Kunjine the Popin something Asian Tashi Dele Pisum Sopara Show Dacha Tender Chawa Zombala Gedan Yo Chowa Kunjine the Popin something Asian to Tashi Bele Pisum Sopara Show Asian of Jansa Pema Kesar Dombola Yansin Chuking Muduni Pema Junisha Soda Korton Kondo Mambeku Chuki Jesu da de Chinji Lapchi Sheso Guru Pema Sede. So thank you again so much for joining. So this Eight Noble Auspicious Prayer, what I hear from great masters is that when you recite this first thing in the morning, it will take away all the obstacles. And then before going to bed, if you recite this, you'll have better dream. Things like that is something I grew up hearing from great masters. So with that in mind, I like to start this because all of your time is so precious and hoping it'll bring some blessing. AI brought this really cool explanation on the serenity. It said, a state of mind achieved through meditation and virtue, crucial for spiritual development. It's a foundation for insight and liberation, allowing for deep understanding of oneself and the nature of reality. So again, it's talking about meditation and virtue, and then the nature of reality. In the two truth, the relative truth, I am Tashi, you are Jane, you are Al, Francia, like you have your own Jacqueline. But in the absolute world, in the teaching, it says we are all one, or everybody or nobody in that matters. So with that understanding, I think it's very important to understand also the interdependence, the interconnectedness, that not one thing is independent, that we are all connected. Now, if we really deeply understand that, then there is no I, because the moment you think of I, you're separating, then there is that ego, there is all the other afflictive emotion. So the teaching often says it's very important to reduce those afflictive emotions so that we can give rise to the wisdom that is within each of us. Now, again, based on our own action, cause, and effect and condition, we all face different, is it a reality world or, different situation. But if we really understand that interdependent nature, then everything that we do, there will be so much ease. And the teaching often says being born as a human, just like how we are all, is considered very, very precious. Or we may have done something really, really good in many past lifetime to be born in the human realm or form. Because in the human form, we are, in every form, the wisdom is, we all have that basic goodness, the loving kindness, the compassion. But because of the afflictive emotions, that wisdom that each of us have is obscured. So in the Buddha's teaching, it says, tame or reduce those afflictive emotions to give rise to that true nature, the loving kindness, that compassion that is within each of us. And when you're able to do that, then who is the winner? It's oneself, because there's no such thing as winner per se. But when you are happier, lighter, there's more fluidity, there's more ease, and your immediate partners, your family, your surrounding. So that's what you see. Great meditators, you can see that very infectious smile, that clarity, that glow. And it is from that where they practice so much that has helped overcome all of those afflictive emotions. Otherwise, we give this conceptualizing so many different things. But in the teaching, in some of the art, some of you may be familiar where there is the wheel of life. In the center, I actually have this image, centermost in the wheel of life or wheel of existence. And that you will see three animals in the center of that art. And the three animals are a snake, a rooster, and a pig. The rooster associates with desire, clinging, attachment. The snake symbolizes anger, hatred, and the pig symbolizes ignorance, which is considered the root cause of all the suffering. Now, if you look around in the world, all of these, sufferings are caused because of these afflictive emotions. And so, unfortunately, we have obscured that Buddha nature or the wisdom that is within each of us with these afflictive emotions. So, in the first teaching of Buddha, he talks about the Four Noble Truths, which is suffering, cessation of suffering, how to get rid of the suffering and to lead to liberation. Liberation is nothing but awakening your own true nature. And the teaching talks about training your mind. Training your mind in what? Training your mind to reduce these afflictive emotions so you could give rise to the true nature. So the art for today's session, the Sherab Chamma, Sherab wisdom, that is within each of us. And Chamma is the loving mother. She's the great wisdom loving mother, known as the mother of all enlightened one and source of all love and compassion. So love and compassion, loving kindness and compassion is the wisdom, the awakening. So then, when you are able to reduce all those afflictive emotions, then the result is calmness, clarity, or serenity. But the other level is where we can do practical session. Because of the very short time, I will dive right into the mindfulness meditation. But before we do the meditation, I like to guide Tibetan breathing exercise. It's one of the most ancient method to stabilize your mind to have a better session for the mindfulness. So with that, I want to start the 9 round of breathing exercise. Now, I'm not trying to lead any esoteric Vajrayana like the Salung, which is the wind and channel, the esoteric method, because some teachings you have to have received the transmission and initiation. Otherwise, it's not allowed. So I'm not trying to teach any of that, although I've been very, very fortunate to have received all of the teaching. But this is something that everyone can practice. And this is considered one of the best methods to calm us down, especially when you're agitated or disturbed with any news or anything like that. So the first thing is your thumb, press it to the ring finger on the bottom and form a gentle fist, not soft or tight, and rest it on your knees. Now, please make sure there is enough space between the two of you, arm's length. So what you do is, with the fist, you can make sure you have enough space in between you and the person in the front, and then one single arm's length is good enough. Okay, so what you do is drag it up to your chest. You can follow me and then thrust it in the front. Okay, now this 9 round is first 3 round helps to purify the desire, clinging, attachment. So we'll do that first thing. Now stretch your left hand out. Your right fist goes under your left armpit. Okay, and now bring your pointy finger of your left hand across and close the right nostril. Okay, and breathe in from your left nostril. And now move your pointy finger, close your left nostril, breathe out from your right nostril, and visualize getting rid of all the afflictive emotions of desire, clinging, attachment that brings so much suffering. Now we'll do 2 more sets. Now move your pointy finger, close the right nostril, breathe in from your left nostril, and move your finger, close your left nostril, breathe out from your right nostril. Now do 1 more set. Move your finger, close your right nostril, breathe in from your left nostril. And move your finger, breathe out from your right nostril. Visualize getting rid of all the clinging, desire that brings so much suffering. And now you can rest your fists back on your knees. That's the first 3 rounds, and that is the desire, the rooster, the image that you saw. And the next one is the snake that symbolize anger, hatred. So we'll do 3 more of that. Now again, drag your fist up to your chest and thrust it in the front. Now stretch your right hand out and your left fist under your right armpit. Now bring your right pointy finger out, bring it across and close your left nostril. Breathe in from your right nostril. And now move your finger, close your right nostril, breathe out from your left nostril. Visualize getting rid of all the anger, hatred that brings so much suffering. Do 2 more times. Move your finger, close your left nostril, breathe in from your right nostril. And move your finger, close your right nostril, breathe out from your left nostril. And 1 more time. Close your left nostril, breathe in from your right nostril. And move your finger, close your right nostril, breathe out from your left nostril. I visualize getting rid of all the anger, hatred, jealousy that brings so much suffering. Okay, now you can bring the fist back on your knees. Now this is the easy one, the last one. That is the root cause of all the suffering, the pig that symbolize ignorance. Now release your fist, your fingers facing the earth or the ground. Now when you breathe in from both your nostril, just form the fist, and when you breathe out, release the fist, okay? All right, we'll start. Breathe in and form the fist and release your fingers. Breathe out, visualize getting rid of all the ignorance, the root cause of all the suffering. Again, breathe in, form the fist, and breathe out, release the fist. And 1 last set. Breathe in and breathe out. Exhale, release the fist. And this is called, what I understand is like a tranquilizer. So when you're very agitated, very disturbed, try to do this breathing few sets, maybe 2 or 3 times. But again, if you don't remember the whole sessions, you can just do it with your fingers, just breathe in and out. If you just pause and do breathing in and out, count to 10 is considered very, very helpful. Now to the next level, very quick, short mindfulness guided session. And in the Tibetan Buddhism, there is 7 position where you sit like a lotus cross leg and eyes gazing certain ways, body posture. There's 7 different position, but bodies have different needs. So I will just guide you. Sit very comfortable. Okay, so we can adjust our seating. Those of you who are sitting on the cushion, just be firmly on your cushion. Most important thing here is to relax your body and mind. Keep your spine straight, not stiff, but straight. Those who are sitting on the chair, keep your feet firmly on the ground and the cushion, your buttocks firmly on the cushion, and bring your mind in your body. This way, your mind and body together. Your palms can be together in your lap, or you can simply let it rest on your knees, palm facing up or down, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And in this session, I'll guide you to keep your eyes closed, not too tight or loose, just like how you go to sleep. But if you are more comfortable with your eyes open, please feel free. And some of you may have been meditating for many years, or some of you may be new. Whichever way, just be open. When you're open, then there is more fluidity and ease. And relax the muscles in your body, starting from your head down to your cheeks, your jaw. Relax the muscles in your neck, your shoulders, arms, your hands, your upper body, and your lower body. Just be relaxed and let it be. Notice any sensation in your body, whether you feel any tingling, some warmthness. Just be aware and let it be. Just notice any sensation you're feeling in your physical body. Feel your body, your head, on your neck or shoulder, all one on top of the other, so that there is proper balance. Now, from this awareness of your body, let us go beyond the physical body into the awareness of the sound. The sounds of vehicles outside, the sounds of your neighbors or airplanes above, people talking, or the sounds of air condition. Just notice and let it be. Now let us expand the awareness into beyond the physical body and the sound, into the space, the awareness of the space around you. Notice the space in front, above, beyond, and notice the vastness of the space in front of you. and the clouds. Notice the space beyond the city, the vastness of the sky. And now from this, I will guide you to a visualization. Visualize the loving mother, the great wisdom loving mother, Sherab Janma's brilliant, blissful, bright light above your crown chakra. Visualize scanning that light from your head down to your shoulders, filling your whole upper body, your arms, your tip of your fingers, your whole upper body, scanning the lower body, your legs, to the tip of your toes. As it scans your body, visualize getting rid of all of the afflictive emotions, sicknesses, pain, whether it is physical or mental. Visualize purifying all of the afflictive emotions. And now you can visualize your body crystal clear, purified of all of the afflictive emotions. And now, with the understanding, having the bodhicitta mind, the compassion mind, the loving kindness, and the understanding that all beings wanting happiness and nobody wants suffering, with that genuine understanding, send the love, wisdom, compassion, and this brilliant light from your heart chakra to all beings' benefit, in front of you, above you, below you, behind you. Visualize this brilliant, blissful light with genuine compassion and loving kindness without any discrimination. Send it to all beings, including purifying the environment. And now you can dissolve the lights back in your heart chakra and sit with that for a few more seconds. With so much joy, being able to send all the love and compassion to all beings' benefit. Sit with that for a few more seconds without any attachment. And I'm going to ring the singing bowl, and you can slowly open your eyes when you're ready. And you can slowly open your eyes, and you can do this practice visualization anywhere, everywhere. You don't need a specific outfit for this. You can be even in the subway. You can always dedicate and visualize and send the blessing. So I'd like to close this session with the closing dedication. Gewa Magin Dodukun Lango. May all beings benefit. And thank you. That concludes this week's practice. To support the Rubin and this meditation series, we invite you to become a friend of the Rubin at rubinmuseum.org/friends. If you are looking for more inspiring content, please check out our other podcast, Awaken, which uses art to explore the dynamic paths to enlightenment and what it means to wake up. Available wherever you listen to podcasts. And to learn more about the Rubin Museum's work around the world, visit rubinmuseum.org. Thank you for listening. Have a mindful day.